Morning Raiders fans, it's David Burke here and welcome to my round 10, Bourkeys top 10 magic round in Brisbane. I'll be there today wearing loud and proud. For those who don't know me, my name's David Burke and I present each week a pre-game Bourkeys top 10 as to how I think the Mighty Green Machines game will unfold against that week's opponent. Love to hear your feedback. You can hit me up on Facebook, on Twitter, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Any way you want to reach out and say hi or just have a chat about the Mighty Green Machine, I'd love to partake in some passionate debate around the great Canberra Raiders. So, guys, Magic Round, weather in Brisbane's cleared up a little bit, which is nice. I think the field will still be in good condition being at Suncorp. So I think we'll still have a good open game of footy. Hopefully with a couple of things I want to raise here will get us to chocolates today against a Cronulla side which has performed very solidly this year with some of the recruits they've made in 2022. But look, let's dive in. I want to start with the Sharks first. I think there's a couple of areas where I think we can exploit a couple of weaknesses I've seen over the last few days. First and foremost, guys, number one for me today, and you'll hear me say this a fair bit, not just about Canberra, but other sides, you don't weaken a strength to strengthen a weakness. I think what they've done here in putting Nick Hines back to fullback is a mistake. He's been going exceptionally well at halfback. They've brought in, I think, Braden Williams is his name from memory. Braden Trindle. So what they've now got Trindle at halfback, Moylan at 5'8", and Hines at fullback. But Hines will want his hands on the ball more than being a running fullback a la Tedesco or Trebojevic or those types of guys. Hines will want his hands on the ball. So there may be too many Chiefs, not enough Indians in the way they're going to play their attack. So I see this as a definite opportunity for us, which I'll cover when we get to what I think the Raiders need to do to win this game. But I think that's a really bad mistake by the Sharks to move Hines from half to fullback. I think that will play into our hands really well. Number two, I've gone for Moylan. He will control their right edge, Cronulla's right edge, so our left edge in defence. But the thing with Moylan, if our outside defenders can get up really quick and force him to play back inside, Moylan has a tendency, if the outside defence rushes, he really likes to dart back inside, and their attack usually dies down. But if he does go back inside, our key market defence and our key middle defence has to move up really quickly and also stop that inside play. But Moylan's someone who can really we can really put pressure on in his attack, as well as work him over in defence. We really need to single him out with the way that he plays and try and tire him out, making one-on-one tackles. Number three, I've gone from Dale Finucane. Very solid player. Melbourne pedigree, will bring the Sharks' intensity to their game. He likes to impose the Melbourne type of aggression, the Melbourne type of intensity in the way he plays the game. So he'll really control the middle quite well. Once again, he's got a big engine, so we really need to work him over inside balls, outside balls. We need to run a lot of attack at him because his decision-making is not the best in relation to which man he should take. So if we can turn him over with numbers in attack, I think we can really get some good yardage, get some good post-contact meters through Finucane in relation to his decision-making in defence. Number four, I've gone for Talakai. Now, he's a human bulldozer. I think Seb Crisp will be marking him. So Talakai plays left edge. So it'll be our right edge defence, which I think is, it might be Tomoko. I'm not sure who will be marking Talakai. The thing with Talakai, once again, we've got to get up in numbers. I'll come to where I think we can play Talakai to limit the way he imposes himself on a game and limit his opportunities. But we can't afford to sit back and watch him. If it's Tomoko or Chris, we can't leave them one-on-one with this guy. He's too big, he's too strong, so we need numbers, particularly Corey Harawira-Naera or Hudson Young really need to be helping the centres out big time if they do a quick switch to Talakai. But he's a real danger out wide if we give him time to get up and running if the Sharks spread the ball quick. But I think there's a way we can overcome that. Number five, I've gone for Matt Frawley. The thing with Frawley, which sometimes confuses teams, is how slow Matt Frawley plays, which is sometimes a good thing. Similar to Sam Williams, He doesn't play 100 mile an hour, but he plays very controlled, very slow. Look at his try last week. It was very slow motion. The dummy on the inside and the dummy to beat Dufty to score into the post. Nothing was done frantically with Frawley, which is sometimes, as I said, a good thing. It just keeps a level of calmness in our attack. With his left foot as well, I expect him to do a lot of dinks to the corner, which I'll cover shortly. But Frawley just has to play his game today, similar to last week. Nothing extravagant, just a solid game, buying into the systems and processes of what we're doing in attack and defence. Number 6, I've gone for Hudson Young and Corey Harawira-Naera. I think there's a real opportunity today. The Sharks' edges of Tej Wilton and Nakora are solid, but I can really see a lot of our attack and second phase play blossoming off these two guys today. We need some offloads from them. We need, the likes of Shans, Schneider, Raps, just sniffing around looking for an offload when Xavier comes on, which I'll come to shortly. We really need those guys to be getting second phase play going for us so it doesn't break down. Intensity at number 7. Looking at some of the other sides, particularly the Panthers, the Storm, to a lesser extent the Eels after they beat the Panthers last weekend, they had a real intensity about the way they went about their game. Whether it was one individual trying to lift the side along or a couple guys who went in for a gang tackle, they were really trying to exploit and lift the intensity of everyone around them. I think that's some area that we have lacked this year. It's just someone bringing 80 minutes of intensity and bringing the other guys with them. I don't know who it's going to be today. It might be Tarpanay, it might be Paps, it might be Horsburgh. I just don't know. But someone's got to, when the game's in the balance, is really lift the side with a play or a number of plays and maintain that rage for 80 minutes. I've gone for Xavier at number 8. I don't know how Ricky's going to play him today. I hope he doesn't do a Shans and doesn't play him at all. I think that would be a waste, particularly against Cronulla and particularly the game that Xavier had in his debut against the Sharks last year. So I really hope that my preference is to bring him on at fullback and let him sniff around the ruck. But it just depends how well Shans is going, depends how the game's going. But I'm just a little concerned that Ricky may not play Xavier today if the game doesn't allow it, which would be a crying shame, because I think that we can really exploit Xavier, particularly when that Sharks bench comes on of Royce Hunt, Wade Graham. They're not the quickest back rowers or front rowers in the world, but I really think Xavier can get in and around that ruck area with a couple of second phase plays, like I said, and make some real inroads. I've gone for Ryan Sutton at number 9. I just think he is bringing a real steely, that word intensity, to the way we play. So I'm looking forward to him getting on today. I think he really straightens the attack up exceptionally well for us. He's got a good motor. He plays with a lot of intensity. As I said, there's that word again. So we just got to make sure that when he gets on, we follow his lead, because he does do a lot of dirty carries to get us over that advantage line. And number 10, I've gone, we've got to kick to Hines a lot. So we've got to grab it and we've got to kick it to there. So if I'm running straight onto the camera, we've got to kick it to our left side. The reason for that is that because Talakai, so we've got to kick to their right side. The reason for that is that Hines and Talakai will have to take the first 2 rucks at least, or whatever the case might be. But if we can get Talakai out of the play early, he's going to have to take a crappy run up. It'll negate the Sharks spreading the ball to him to give him some one-on-one opportunities with either Seb, Chris or Tomoko. So if we kick to that right corner, or our right corner, I think we'll really nullify a lot of Hines's good work. He's going to have to at least take one of the first 2 carries up. Then he's got to get into the line to start organising their attack. And we take the potency of them giving a quick shift to Talakai to get them upfield. So kicking game, really critical today. We've got to kick to Hines as much as possible. We've got to really push up wide on the edge and really herd them into that corner and really make them do some dirty, awful carries out of that area to get over our advantage line. So kicking game, I think today with Schneider and with Frawley, left foot, right foot, really important to where and how we win this game. Raiders fans, that's it for my top 10 today. Really appreciate your support as always, guys. As I said, hit me up, have a chat on all the socials. I'm going out there today to support the boys, so I'll be out there bleeding green and yelling green as well, guys. But as always, this is Bourkeys. Bleed green, out.